Dave from Dave's Glory Shopworks here, and on this episode we are reassembling and completing the top end on the 50-year-old 360. Here it is, pistons are milled. We checked our clearances last night with Clay. We have ample clearance for our piston and valve. We have ample clearance for our quench area. And so we reassembled the pistons onto the rods, we put the rings back on the rods in the same cylinders for the same holes, and now it's time to reassemble it. You're only going to see a couple minutes of that because you've already covered it in the last video that you watched about it. And from there, we're going to keep on trucking. As you've seen so far, we've got, well, John has put the heads on and torqued them down using Speedmaster head studs, and they go in pretty much like ARPs. They look pretty much the same quality, can't say for sure, but we torqued them down to 80 foot-pounds as per the instructions. And now he's got the push rods back in. Now this is the camshaft that he had used in his 410 stroker, and so we kept all the lifters in the same locations, kept all the push rods in the same locations, you name it. It's all going back in the exact same way it was. Solid flat tappet cam, and I just love these. You set the valve lash and you're good to go. Periodically check them, and for anything that you're going to race or cruise around town, whatever, a little bit of periodic maintenance does not break the bank on the fun. It's actually kind of a joy to go back in there and just double check everything's good. It gives you a chance to see what's happening inside the engine, monitor wear. It's pretty darn nice. So if you'll notice, these are not roller rocker arms. They're nothing fancy in here. These are original, probably
67, I think.
1967 273 solid flat tappet rockers. And you would ask, why would you use these on such a beautiful engine that's going to be raced? I have seen these stock Mopar rocker arms withstand 7,500 RPM repeatedly, and things get dropped. But we have no worries about them failing. We've checked all the wear on the tips. The tips are fine. Everything's really good, and these are solid, and they're already proven. He ran these in his 340 for 2-3 years, and that thing was 4 or 5 years, my mistake. And again, high RPM, 7,000 RPM all the time, and the thing just wouldn't quit.
Until it quit.
Well, it did quit, but we won't talk about why it quit.
Yeah, that's another story for another video.
So anyway, that's our top end going together pretty good right now. We're going to get back to it, get this thing flanged up, and you'll see us putting time and cover and a few other things on pretty quick. It's down to the short list, boys. So yeah, in closing, from Dave and John, Dave's Glory Shopworks, thanks for watching this video and all the videos in the series of getting this engine together, modified, tweaked, and otherwise dealt with. And it is assembled. We're really happy with the final result. Couple little issues here and there, but this thing's good to go.